And one of the things that we do at Spiritual Life Center, like you said, is to help transform lives so we can make a difference in the world. We do it in many different ways. And each month we bring forth one of our congregants who can share their transformational story about how they've been able to have their lives transformed as a result of their affiliation with Spiritual Life Center, all the things they've done along the way. So today we have Rose Lonsway. She's going to come forward, and I'm going to ask her a few questions. So thank you, Rose, for being here today.
Hi, everybody.
And she's doing multiple duty today. She's handling the PowerPoint today and coming forward, so she's like, a multi-threat.
Multi-threat?
In a good way. So tell me, what was the obstacle that you may have faced that started you on your journey?
March of 2020, when the entire state of California went in lockdown, was the start of a major spiritual shift for me.
Okay. And what kind of impact did that have on you?
Well, do you remember we were all in lockdown? And there was a day where my sons and I were at the grocery store because we were picking up supplies because we had adopted dogs. That's another story. And the stores were completely bare. I'm sure a lot of you remember that. And that was the first time in my life I ever remember really, truly being scared about what was happening in the world, and was feeling completely out of control. And I started experiencing a lot of anxiety during that time.
And so when you experienced that, did you go through like a wilderness experience where things were
What
not
happened
clear?
was one day I was on Facebook, shocking, and you were on Facebook. And I hardly ever go on Facebook. And it just so happened that you had started a daily talk every day at like noon. And you were reading the daily word, you were leading us in a prayer. And that, for me, kind of started the process of me praying and meditating every day. It was something I did occasionally before, but then it became every day.
So that was one of the turning points?
One of those turning points,
okay.
Because that was, I think I come across that, it was like the end of March. And at that point, we had been in the lockdown for like 2 weeks, and we still had no idea how long it was going to go on or any of that stuff.
So at that point, were there some other elements or things that you did to kind of keep you moving
forward? What I started doing was not just reading the daily word, but I started reading a lot of unity literature. And during my prayer time, I started using denials and affirmations before I even knew what they were. So I was saying, I'm one with the force. God is my source. Spirit is always with me. And then saying to myself, this pandemic has no power over me, that this will not affect me, that we will be okay, because there's always, always a spiritual solution to every problem. And that was a huge turning point for me in my life. Yeah.
So what did you discover about yourself during this process?
What I discovered about myself, the anxiety, it didn't go away right away, but the anxiety pretty much dissipated. I felt the presence of Source more often, and then it became every day, and then it became every minute. And I found when I was feeling out of control, I would just take a deep breath and be right back with Spirit, right back with Source.
So where are you now today?
Where am I now? So a year ago, I hadn't been very active with this community for a long time. And then about a year ago, I started coming back. And then I went and I inquired about becoming a prayer chaplain. And then I became a prayer chaplain in July. And then last summer, I had the opportunity to work with the wonderful media team here. So once in a while on Sundays, I'm doing the PowerPoint presentations on Sundays as well.
Yes.
So.
We're very grateful for that, to keep things moving forward.
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, people don't know what goes on behind the scenes. So thank you so much. And I understand that you're also taking some additional classes.
I am enrolled in Unity Worldwide Spiritual Institute. I'm taking what's called SEE, Spiritual Enrichment Courses, and my goal is to become a licensed Unity teacher.
Awesome. Yes.
Yeah.
So, Rose, thank you so much for sharing your journey, and we look forward to you telling us more about what happens on your journey in the future.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
One heart.